The shocking arrest of Mohsen Mahdawi, a student's fight for American citizenship. The seemingly ordinary Monday morning of Mohsen Mahdawi, a Palestinian Green Card holder and diligent student at Columbia University, took a sharp, unsettling turn. Instead of progressing toward American citizenship, he found himself facing the cold reality of detention by U.S. immigration and customs enforcement ICE. A move his lawyers vehemently denounce as blatant retaliation. The scene unfolded in Colchester, Vermont, during what should have been a routine naturalization interview. The video footage, now circulating widely online, is a stark visual representation of the incident. Mahdawi, his hands cuffed, is led from a building and escorted into an ICE vehicle. The jarring contrast between the anticipated path to citizenship and the abrupt intervention of law enforcement speaks volumes about the precarious position of many immigrants within the United States. Mahdawi, a prominent figure in the pro-Palestinian activism at Columbia University during the previous spring, has become another symbol of the complex intersection of political activism and immigration policies within the nation. His lawyers, in a powerfully worded petition filed on the same day as his apprehension, argue that his arrest and subsequent detention constitute a grave violation of his fundamental rights, a direct infringement upon his First Amendment rights, his established statutory rights, and his constitutionally guaranteed due process rights. The petition lays bare the chilling implications of Mahdawi's arrest, strongly suggesting that his deportation is being pursued under a seldom-used provision that empowers the Secretary of State to remove individuals deemed to pose potentially serious adverse foreign policy consequences for the United States. This obscure clause, wielded increasingly in recent cases, a stark example being the controversial deportation efforts targeting Mahmoud Khalil, casts a long shadow over the principles of fairness and due process that underpin the American legal system. The seemingly arbitrary nature of this provision, allowing for deportation based on subjective assessments of potential foreign policy impacts, raises serious concerns about the future of immigration policies and the rights of individuals within the nation. The circumstances surrounding Mahdawi's arrest warrant a deeper examination of the current political climate and the potential chilling effect it has on political expression. His case is far from an isolated incident. It highlights a pattern where individuals actively participating in political discourse, particularly those advocating for causes seen as challenging to the current administration's foreign policy, face heightened scrutiny and increased risk of deportation. The legal battle ahead promises to be a protracted and strenuous one. Mahdawi's lawyers face the monumental task of challenging the government's authority, demonstrating the lack of substantial evidence justifying his detention, and ultimately fighting for the restoration of his rights. Their petition serves as a powerful statement against what they view as a targeted campaign of political repression disguised as immigration enforcement. The video evidence, coupled with the lawyers' passionate defense, has galvanized support from various human rights organizations and political activists alike. This burgeoning support underscores the widespread concern over the implications of Mahdawi's case and reflects a growing sentiment that such actions undermine the core tenets of American democracy, the freedom of speech, and the right to due process. The question remains, was Mahdawi's arrest a legitimate enforcement of immigration law, or a calculated act of retaliation designed to stifle dissent and silence voices critical of U.S. foreign policy? The legal proceedings, the public outcry, and the future outcome will undoubtedly shape the discourse on immigration rights and the boundaries of free speech within the United States. The international community will be watching closely, as the world assesses whether the American promise of justice and freedom applies equally to all, regardless of their political beliefs or national origin. Mahdawi's case stands as a critical test of those very principles, highlighting the profound implications for both American ideals and the broader global understanding of human rights. The fight for his freedom is not merely his own. It's a fight for the very foundations of justice and equality in a nation built on these ideals.